Apple is rumored to be dropping a newest member of the iPhone 17 line, and it's a confusing device in a way. This feels like one of those things that Apple have been doing lately, to where they just throw a feature or a device out there and then trying to keep an eye on it to see if consumer actually fall for it, to see if they like it or not. But sources are confirming that this is the future of iPhone. This is what the future iPhone line is gonna look like. And it's very interesting in a way. Also, it looks like we're taking a step back and a step forward, but it hasn't really grown on me yet. Like, who is this iPhone being made for? Because the iPhone Air is a confusing one. Let's talk about it. So a while back, we heard from Ming-Chi Kuo that Apple is rumored to be working on this slim/thin iPhone model that's rumored to be replacing the iPhone Plus line. And to be honest, that didn't hit me in the right way, because I know the iPhone Plus is somewhat of a popular device. People love its battery life and much more. So it was kind of weird that Apple is getting rid of that device in a sense. However, we also heard that this is not something that's happening in 3-4 years, that this is something that Apple is rumored to be dropping this year. And when we heard about it, it wasn't too surprising, because it almost felt like Apple is taking the book out of the iPhone Pro line, because we do know that last year Apple released their thinnest iPad Pro line that was only 5.3 millimeters thick. So this is something that Apple has shown us that they can do, which is why I wasn't surprised that it was actually already something that they were working on. However, only thing that confused me is like, why get rid of the Plus model and give us this new model, even though the Plus is already a great phone? Then I remember that Apple is all about experimenting. Like, for example, look at what happened to the iPhone mini. Wasn't doing so good, they got rid of it, and now we just got the newest iPhone 16e that's here to replace the iPhone SE line. So Apple is sort of testing out different devices to see which one actually sticks. Another part that didn't really sit right with me was that this iPhone was rumored to be priced above the iPhone Pro lines, which didn't make any sense at all. However, as rumors started coming in, it's rumored that this newest iPhone Air is rumored to be priced around the same price of the iPhone Plus line, which is why it makes clear sense that this iPhone is here to replace the iPhone Plus line. So as rumors started coming in and we actually saw what it looked like, shout out to my boy John Prosper, I became even more confusing. Now, remember when I said that it looks like we're taking a step backwards and a step forward at the same time? So looking at the device, the first thing is that if it's here to replace the iPhone Plus line, first of all, it has been downgraded to only one camera on the back. That part was weird. But design-wise, it's rumored that the entire thing is going to be curved, bent, or into one massive body that just has a screen attached to it, which is something that Apple has been trying to get to. I think with what John Ive's dream was of the iPhone line was to create one glass that is the device. So forget about all the ports, forget about anything else, no buttons, just one simple glass. And Apple doing this is a way of getting closer to Johnny Ive's dream. So step backwards, no camera, they're removing some hardware, but also step forward because this is the newest design. And I think if these do stick, I can see Apple fully converting all their iPhone line into this newer line or newer design. But what's also nice about it is the fact that it's something different. So for the people who are tired of how the iPhone looks like, this is something different that they can look at it and feel it, know that this is the future that I'm holding in my hand. It almost gives you the same feeling we got when we went from the iPhone 8 with Touch ID to the iPhone 10. If you had the iPhone 10, you had that feeling like, hey, I'm holding the future of the iPhone line. It has this new weird camera bar with one single 48 megapixel camera with the flashlight all the way on the other side, which is promising because according to rumors, this is the new design or new back design that Apple's going for, because the same thing applies for the iPhone 17 line. Hey, be sure to subscribe because I'm getting ready to drop my iPhone 17 line video, so you won't want to miss it. If we go back to the whole taking step forward slash step backwards talk we just had, do you think it's getting to that point to, well, instead of adding more cameras, Apple's or other phone manufacturer, they're starting to see like, hey, we have maxed out everything we can do, so we're just gonna be taking a couple more steps backwards to where they're gonna remove a camera or start removing stuff off the iPhone, but the one that's left, increase the size of the sensor, so aka jumping up to the 48 megapixel? Or do we think it's just maybe Apple trying to play it to see how it works out? Maybe in the near future, the Pro line is going to go from having 3 cameras down to 2. That'd be weird, but let me know. Do you think that's the approach that Apple is trying to take here? But back to the design, what's mind-blowing is the thinness of this device actually. It's rumored that this device will be somewhere around 5 and 6 millimeters thin. If we compare that to the Pro line, that's almost 3.5 millimeters thinner than the iPhone Pro line, or 60% thinner, or 30% thinner. I don't know how that works, but it's mind-blowing. But another question that people have is like, is Apple going to be able to do this and still give us a great battery life? It's rumored that Apple has developed this new sheet of material that will be applied to the back of the iPhone that will be able to keep the battery much cooler. So it'll be sending liquid to the place where it's hot. So if we can keep the battery nice and cool, therefore the battery is gonna last longer. And with Apple switching all their chips to Apple Silicon, they'll be able to still give us the great battery life on a much smaller battery. Let me know, is this an iPhone that excites you, or are you like me, like, hey, I'm gonna stick to the Pro lines because that's what I'm happy with? Let me know that in the comment. As you're commenting, don't forget to hit that subscribe, like, and share my content. I got a lot more videos coming. I'm super excited, and yeah, catch you in the next one.